EVE Online's only source for news from Notoras, the most illustrious system in New Eden, where opulence is an understatement. Last weekend, the triglyptides tried to move into Black Rise again. Just after the servers came up on Saturday, the mothership arrived, and the thing was dead so quick I did not even get footage of the strange green glow. They were back at it again mid-week, just a few jumps away. Notoras still owes the triglyptides something nasty for those missing citizens from Planet 5. Local leaderboards are brought to you by the Visit Notoras tourism campaign. The solo hardcore top 4 looks like this as we go into the weekend. Haposai in first, Arrow Disdain, Farm LP Caldari, and Red Sinkers. The full field top 4 looks like this going into the weekend. Going off-roading in first, Haposai, Alpha Goros, Arrow Disdain.
At the Visit Notoras tourism campaign, your safety is our #1 priority. When visiting Notoras, be sure to stay on top of your D-scan. First, hit the V button on your keyboard. Then, hit this button that says Open in Separate Window. This will be a permanent resident of your UI while undocked in Notoras, the best system in New Eden. It initially scans 360 degrees around your ship. Pull that back to 5 degrees. Hold V and click anything in your overview or anything in space. We've got a Condor and an Executioner at this novice, a Catalyst at the small, nothing at the open, and the medium is out of range. I can only scan to 14.3 AU as indicated here. That acceleration gate is more than 14.3 AU. While you are out mining Hedbergite at the best prices in New Eden, keep your 360 scan checked on the regular, and especially when a new capsuleer enters local. Know where the other capsuleers are at to keep yourself safe in space. In Notoras, your tank is your brain.
In podcast news, the new episode of Less Than 10 is out now on Podbean. CCP Fozzie and CCP Signal are two devs that are totally worth listening to. In anomaly news, an average dark ochre anomaly, and an average gneiss anomaly, and a small spudomain anomaly have opened up, sending ripples through the industrial sector of Notoras, the best system in New Eden. Said one local industrialist, and I quote, "I've been cooking down Aeolus and Mindflood all morning. I'm going to freebase this shit and get out there." End quote. In professional sports news, Collusion Gate continued with the Imperial Navy Slicer 3v3 Proving Grounds. As you can see here, there was very little change between the first day and the final day of the event. So that's a wash. No more on that. After critical acclaim with the inception of the Proving Grounds, the Professional Sports Commission has deemed some rules changes necessary before the next 3-pack of Proving Grounds. Meta 5, or as any normal capsuleer would call it, Tier 2, will be the top tier module available to enter future Proving Grounds. Said one local sports expert, and I quote, "What they need is a solo queue, whether it's a team event or not. Let people jump in there and get paired up with a stranger and get a taste of that heart-pounding shit. Random pairing could be a good recruitment tool for some corporations." End quote. The next event has been confirmed to be 2v2 battlecruisers that will run August 1st through August 5th. Local hero Space Hare achieved his first big kill mark. When asked about the recognition, Space Hare said, and I quote, "Well, it was a fun journey getting my first big kill mark. It all started when I bought the Bitfrost, and I named her Bio Blizzard, because having never flown this type of ship before, I figured the experience was going to be a literal frozen shitstorm. Then I began to test her effectiveness in a few fights. I fell in love. My little frozen shitstorm was beginning to build up kill marks. At about kill mark 7, I began to wonder how far down the ship are these things gonna go. I never had so many. So I began more carefully scouting and stalking my prey. Beware the combat recons. Eventually, the day came. I looked to see, and there it was. All the little tick marks on my ship turned into one big mama. It was a moment of sheer joy. I immediately went out and bought her some skins to celebrate. My baby needed to kick off some of that rust. Fond memories made right here in the best system in New Eden, Notoras. Sincerely, Space Hare, Gypsy of Notoras. Other local notables include Arrow Disdain pulling this stabber solo kill. It's a peach. 24 points on the kill board for punching up 2 weight classes and killing this stabber with an Enyo. The Valoraccords brought out an 8-capsuleer Firetail fleet and killed a Gnosis. That seems like a very fun fleet. Zora Jopkin with a 31-point beauty with this Thrasher kill while flying a Dramiel. What a points total. J.A. Mackinnon with the final blow on this Thorax for 22 points. J.A. Mackinnon's Oracle had Stiletto Tackle. In combat mechanics news, weather has been forecast for null security space, but the forecast for low security weather is crystal clear. And that is the news from Notoras. Notoras is where you can enjoy the finer things in New Eden, where the cup runneth over to the saucer. In Notoras, we help people live better, age more successfully, and stay independent. In the best system in New Eden, we nurture the empowering strength of community and connections to make life better. We understand that life is best lived with people who deeply care about you in a community that supports better living every day. Fuck yeah, spaceships.